Hey YouTube, welcome back to our page, J Brew Crew. My name is Jeremy,
And I am Jasmine.
and today we're going to be talking about parenting one-on-one. So we're going to be talking about a lot of our
Just
experiences
our
as
experience.
new parents. Of course, there's literally no such thing as parenting one-on-one because, I mean, there are so many ways that I've seen every different people raise their kids that we
And
just
every
wanted
child's
to.
different.
Right,
So,
every kid's different, so we wanted to just infuse a lot of the things that we've experienced, that we've learned, and just mesh them with Journey and see what really works best for her. So stay tuned, and you'll hear a little bit of our story of being first-time parents and some of the things we've learned and some of the things that we've just learned to roll with. Stay tuned.
so I guess we can start off with some of the things that we expected as first time parents. You take some classes. Some people, but you go
We,
to the
we took
classes.
quite a few
We took quite a
classes.
few. We did. Well, you go to the classes. You start getting advice from friends who've had kids
They
and
teach you
from
how to
your
get
parents and
CPR.
siblings. So I would say for me going into the experience or being a first time mom, like I expected that in my head that like breastfeeding, which was a big thing for me, nursing was going to become like be super easy and your baby was going to latch right away and you wouldn't have any difficulties. And I had a smack in the face wake up call when that did not happen. So that was definitely a big learning experience for me. Probably one for Jeremy too. But I was just very adamant that I wanted to, nurse my child. So, we went to a lot of classes or had a lot of sessions after Journey was born to kind of get, the proper latch. So that worked out in our favor. And I breastfed Journey for over a year. Um, some other expectations that, they tell you, Journey sleeping, not sleeping throughout the night, but like sleeping in her own space.
Yeah, I thought, yes, sleeping in her own space, it wasn't gonna
Like,
be easy.
what is that thing called that they sleeping on the side of the bed that we had? Um,
I don't know,
yeah, I can't think of
but
it.
at the end of the day, we didn't use that, so I wouldn't know the name of it. It wouldn't really matter what the
What is
name
it
of it is
called?
because we didn't
We
use
had
it.
it. We
It don't
tried.
matter. Whatever it is, I know
Journey
there's a
was
such thing as a
not.
crib, and it's in her room. And the first time we put her in there, she had a whole conniption. I thought she was gonna turn into Wonder Woman and punch a hole straight through the wall from her side to our room and put a hole in our TV with her fist. I swear she blew up. And from there, we didn't even try to put her in that crib anymore because I was not gonna experience that type of violence ever again.
So
She was
yeah,
mad. She was super mad. She's like, y'all really gonna put me in this room? I finna act a whole ass.
it's yeah. Journey was not going at all. She
She's
literally
like, y'all gonna deceive
she
me with y'all
she
king size bed for all this time.
she was one of those kids of nope, I'm not sleeping on my stomach. She was one of the kids of no, I'm not going into Mama Roo. She literally like, I think we walked around the house with her in the baby carrier because she did not want to go down. She just always wanted to be, in the presence of somebody. Like even now, she does sleep in her own bed.
Yeah, but we'll talk
She
about how we
does.
got there.
But the bed is in our room. But she is in her own bed.
You gotta take
Almost two
your
years
win. Yeah,
later,
you gotta take your wins where you can get them.
exactly. You just stop fighting the process, and you
Yep.
just let like every child is different. You just let it be. Like you
Yeah,
know
because
what?
even the doctor said, yeah, sometimes, at some point you just gotta put him in the room and close the door. I said, that just sounds so, that's abuse.
Cruel.
That's just cruel.
That didn't work for us. Now it works for some parents,
I know some parents can do that. I
but we
can't.
couldn't do that. We were not the parents for her to go in the room and cried out for umpteen minutes, 30
Nah.
minutes. That just wasn't for us. Like we already discussed. Like that's not what I want my child to go through.
Yeah.
And so she always slept, in our room, in our bed. Like it was we co-sleeping. She was perfectly fine. Um, and another thing, I know the doctor had mentioned to us about you shouldn't be nursing during the night. That's a no-no. And nope. I think I got to a point where you do what works best for you. Someone can tell you what works, they're not in the house with you. They're not going through the experience with you. So you do what works best for you and your child. And nursing through the night is what I did. It worked. We were fine. I wasn't complaining. Maybe I did complain a couple times, but we made it through, okay? She is a happy, healthy baby. Or big girl now is what we say. But we made it through. We're going on to our second year. Yeah, she'll be 2 in April, going on the second year.
So we just recently bought this bed. What is it? Just a bed? What kind?
It's a toddler bed because she doesn't sleep in her crib. Okay, she will sleep she might sleep in her crib now, but she can climb out of it even at its lowest setting. The girl's very flexible, so she can't be trusted to stay in the crib without hurting herself. And it can turn into
but you gotta buy extra parts anyway.
Turn into a toddler bed, but you gotta buy extra parts. So we were just like, forget it. We'll just get a
toddler bed.
And she's in our room and she sleeps in her own bed. She knows Mama and Dada's bed and she knows that is Journee's bed. And since
the only
the experience,
thing she needs is for you to hold her hand.
Yes.
She just wants you to hold her hand while she go to sleep.
For at least 5 minutes before she go to sleep, and she's fine. And she sleeps throughout the night. I don't know why we.
Ocean waves.
She listens to ocean waves. That's one big thing, that we've always.
She's listened to ocean waves since she was a little baby, though.
Yeah, we always put that on, and it blocks out the sound throughout the house when we're walking around because parents, squeaky floors in the house when you have a newborn, or you have an infant or a baby or a kid, is the worst. Our floors squeak so bad that we're literally like tiptoeing around the house or to the bathroom or anywhere so it won't squeak.
So just put the ocean waves on.
So we put it on high so she doesn't hear anything going on in the house. So yeah, the expectation of your kids sleeping through the night or your kids sleeping in their own room, we had all that, but it didn't work for us. It is what it is. First year, I decided to make my own baby food. After having Journee, I became a stay-at-home mom. So I made all her food from the time she started eating. It actually was a lot easier than what I expected it to be. We just used one of our wedding gifts that we had. It was like a mixer. And I also used the Ninja that we have to puree her food. So from all her fruits to her vegetables to anything that she honestly ate, I would.
It's like applesauce.
Yeah, I made the applesauce, the pears, the bananas.
So the little stuff that you would usually get in like the glass Gerber things,
containers.
Gerber contain like those things. She was just making it at home organic.
I just wanted it to
all
be
organic, and it was all organic.
Yeah, I just wanted it to be like no sugar added. Anything like
what moms do when they pregnant, they read all these articles about how food is processed and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that's me.
And I was just like, do it makes you feel good, baby. Do it makes you feel good. Like how grandma used to like, do whatever makes you feel good, baby. Go ahead now. You have fun.
Journee ate all that, and then after a while, Journee started eating our food, and we ain't turned back since.
She has a pretty
she's a good eater
palate.
She's a very good eater. Palate. So no one told us that the terrible twos really start prior to the twos. And
that would have been real helpful information.
Journee, now I understand people say, well, she's a mixture of you and Jeremy. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But
like, are you trying to insult me? Is that like I never understand that.
That little girl. She is one. She definitely has.
I just be like,
all the little tood in the world.
Like, you need to go get a job. You're gonna have an attitude like that.
And she talks really well.
Get a job.
Yeah, she talks really well.
She talks real well, and she knows exactly what you're saying. She will literally, like, if you tell her to do something she don't like it, she'll look at you out the corner of her eye to see if you're still looking at her and to see if she gotta do it or not. Because, like, if you're not looking at her more, you just say that and say what you told her and just walked away, she's not going to do it. She's going to keep on doing what she was doing. It's crazy.
Excuse me. And her funny thing is, like, when she'll say one thing, if you don't either understand what she's saying or she thinks you're not listening to her, it goes from saying, so please means, when she says please, obviously it's please, I want something, but it's like, please, like, you're eating something, like, please, give me some, please, like, please. And so, like, one time she was saying please, and I wasn't like
Now
feeding her.
to get
Now
sentences.
she says, I said please.
I said please.
And we looked. And I said, did
full
you just say
sentence?
a sentence? Like, and she used it like, correctly. Like
She pulls out her full sentences when she needs to get a point across. That's what's happening.
What we always discuss is like, as you grow up, the things your parents did for you, like how you want to incorporate that with your own kids, and then like what you want to do different. I can say like we've meshed our like parenting skills of what he envisioned and what I envisioned very well. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I know when to fall back and just let you do your thing.
Like he know, yeah, exactly. And I'm kind of the same way. Like he knows when, like, okay, right, I've reached my max point. Like let him, like he's gonna step in and take over. I can tell when he's reached his max point. Like, okay, let me step in and be like, all right, come on, Journee, let's figure it out. So we definitely that's something we discussed though. It's not like it just happened. We all like, I think when we found out we were having her, we kind of discussed like our parenting in like ways like what how our parented us and what we want to do with our kids and what we didn't see
different.
So we didn't have a first birthday party.
Getting ready for a second birthday party. Well, are we going to have a second birthday party?
No, not with COVID. So we didn't have a first one because of COVID.
Yeah.
Which really did break my little heart.
You have so you don't have a first birthday party for your first kid, and now it's like, okay, second birthday party.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have a second birthday party?
Because
what? Basically this would be the only second birthday party would be the only one that we have in Illinois.
Yeah, we're just going with the flow.
This year it's just like we're not gonna be here. So are we ever gonna have a party?
I don't know. I just feel really bad. I felt really bad that she didn't have a first birthday, but we kind of celebrated around the house and we had a Zoom meeting and party. But
that was all right.
It was a lot different than what I expected.
It was a lot different because literally it was.
I was already buying stuff. I had already purchased all her decorations and everything I wanted, and then we were like, "Yeah, no, that's not the best bet. We're not going to do that."
Yeah,
but
like COVID shut everything down by March 30th or something like that.
It was right around my birthday. It was right around my birthday. Things started going down. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So it's fine. We're all happy, healthy, so we're not complaining. But yeah.
So yeah, like we were saying at the beginning, like, I know we call this like parenting 101, but it's really parenting 101 in the aspect of like
what works for you.
We always took advice from people. We always listened with an open mind.
Yeah.
But we are, we don't just, follow those things blindly because we know our child and we know
we're the one around her 24/7.
What doesn't work. Yeah. So, people are always like, oh,
you should try this.
Yeah. Or, oh, you should do this differently. But they're not with your kids 24/7. So you definitely have to do, what works for you. But at the same time, I would say like, I think like we get to a point where like our journey's gonna start going and maybe staying with the grandma and hang out with her for a few hours of this. And I just want to make sure like what we instill here translates to being disciplined and having those basic like values and like knowing from right from wrong without someone having to tell you, so that she's not pointing as that kid like, oh, she needs to act right. I think that's like the biggest area. She going somewhere and they're like, no, she can't get back over here.
No,
but she does good. But I think as a parent, is always like you don't want to take your kids somewhere and they be the one that stick out.
They always say when they're like, I always say like, man, Journee, you don't listen. Let's do a better job. But then she get around other people and they're like, she was perfect. Just fine. She was great. And I'm like
that around us because she knows she can get away with it.
So, but she literally, I gotta tell her 10 times not to do that. And granted, she's a kid. Mm-hmm. She's gonna test the waters. But your kids kind of always tend to do that. You think they're gonna be not the worst, but they're not gonna listen. But as soon as they get around other people, they are like perfect little angels and it's fine. Mm-hmm. So, because Journee's I've definitely gotten that. Like, she was great. She did this and she did that. And I'm like, oh, so Journee. Yeah. So, needless to say, like Jeremy was saying, like, do what works best for you. Like, that's one thing that we honestly can say we take away from, the first year of having a kid and how much life has changed. Like life changed drastically, obviously, after having a kid. Like we were kind of talking about like New Year's Eve, like 10 years ago or like 5 years ago, New Year's Eve, you know, we'd be out at a party or do it
somewhere. We would have been, yeah, I would have been super ratchet.
Anyways,
somewhere.
we would have been out partying
twisted,
we would have been out partying.
On some Wolf of Wall
okay,
Street,
can you stop?
Barely making
Can
it
you
home.
stop? Can you stop? We would have been out partying somewhere.
That's what I said.
No, okay, just we would have been out partying somewhere, and now, like, you know, obviously because of COVID hit, but even last year,
I don't want to go nowhere. I just spend with my kid.
He didn't make it into the new year because he was knocked out. But anyways, we just spend it as a family. So
yeah.
For us, definitely family comes first. We put, you know, our needs above anything else, and what needs to work, you know, what works best for our family and, you know, for Journee. But
all right, guys. Well, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video, and make sure you push that notification button at the top, that bell, because I have to make sure that I get all of the points.
Make sure you push that little
like,
okay, whatever. Guys, please join the crew. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button so you can get updated. But you go
because they gotta make sure you pronunciate. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
See you in the next video.